Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and prepare for your serving of Rachel Power. What makes a man? Is it the controller in his hand? Protein power, tower of power. Hopefully this song doesn't get him banned. Turbocharged live from your backyard. He's coming to bring back the word retard. Giving the Wolfman a shot right in the nards. Fight through hell. What's that smell? Is it your mom? No, it's the one and only RGL.
All right. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Your old pal Jimbo here for, I guess, the inaugural episode of the RGL podcast. Believe it or not, the 15-something years that I've had this channel, I have never done like my own podcast where it's just me talking. Like I've done different kinds of things, done Dirt Flicks, I guess, which is technically a podcast. You know, we're doing the Regeneration X podcast with Chris. I'll get to that in just a second here. But I've never actually done a podcast where it's just me just talking about stuff. So this is it, I guess. Okay, so I'm sure you guys were expecting me and Chris on the RGX podcast. Okay, first of all, nothing's wrong. We're not fighting. This is not the end of the RGX podcast, not at all. This is purely coincidental. Chris is taking care of some family stuff. He had a family emergency come up. So he just asked that we couldn't move it to Saturday. He was like, I'd rather just cancel it. I'm just like, okay, well, I'm probably just going to go live and just kind of do my own thing. And he's like, yeah, dude, go for it. So I'm just going to kind of do my own format tonight. Not that dissimilar, I guess, from the RGX podcast, but I'm definitely just going to do my own thing. Like it's just going to be me talking with you guys and doing some live reacts and watching some videos and just, sitting here bullshitting. Nice use of AI. Thank you, Thumping Weevil. Let me get some comments on screen here, guys. There we go. So I can actually see you. I cobbled that together, including the song, which I wrote, by the way. That's all me. AI did not write the lyrics. So everything you heard in there from my brain. So I thought it was funny. I just it hit me when I was going to the gym. Like I got a couple lines together and the rest of it just started to kind of come together. And I was like, this is actually kind of funny. Like, I think I'm actually going to run with this, giving a shot to the Wolfman right in the nards, bringing back the use of the word retard. What's that smell? Is it your mom? Nope, it's RGL. So thank you everyone so much for joining and hanging out with me. We got one amazing show to cover with you guys. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff tonight. Again, live reactions, watching video clips, commenting on funny/stupid shit, like just all kinds of great shit kind of going on here. So, and we'll definitely take questions and comments from you all. So, let's see, where should we start? I guess we can start at the beginning. Since several folks have asked me to talk about this, since we talked about this on the RGX podcast a bit. I think it might have been like the first episode, maybe way back when. Thanks, Thumping Weevil. I appreciate it. Because at the beginning we only had the kind of first teaser trailer for the upcoming Masters of the Universe movie, which is due out in June, I believe. So they released a second trailer, which I'll get to in just a second, but it definitely made me more optimistic than the first trailer, because they didn't really show a lot in the first one. Not that I like trailers that reveal way too much. I actually don't like that at all. Excuse me. But this one definitely gave me the fanboy kind of giggles, that just little things here and there, that made me a little bit more excited for the movie. Excuse me. I'm still very, very cautiously optimistic about this, because this is the one thing in my entire life that I don't want them to get wrong. This is the one thing in Jimbo's life that you can't screw up. The one holy thing that needs to be unfucked and unspoiled when it actually gets to the big screen. And I'm just hoping they got it right. Again, I'm a little bit more hopeful with this new trailer. It's definitely a step in the right direction. There was some better strides. I will say that. I'm not totally convinced, but I think I'm a little more convinced than I was when I saw the first one. But for those of you who haven't seen it, I figured we could just go ahead and watch it together, and we will talk about it. Okay. All right, let's put that full screen. Okay, here we go.
I know most of you.
Okay, hold on. I just got to back this up because I'm fanboying about this. Okay, so right there, you've got you guys can see my mouse. That's Ram Man, and that's Mechaneck. Fisto, I think, is over. Actually, that's Fisto over there. So it's like, I don't like that Ram Man is fucking short, because Ram Man's supposed to be the biggest guy of the heroes. Like, he's like the Juggernaut. He's like a giant. You know, he's the toughest guy, basically, short of He-Man, of the heroes. So I don't know why they got like a tiny Asian guy to play him. It looks like the guy pumped up. So that's good. Mechaneck, I'm just hoping that they work in a joke where, you know, somebody's like high on some kind of castle precipice or something. They look over and like all they see is like this head sticking out, and Mechaneck's like, "Oh, hi," you know, because that's really all he does is stretch his neck. That's really about it. And I hope that Fisto says that he's going to fist someone, as in the verb, because that's what he actually calls it. But anyways, let's continue.
I know most of you don't remember me, but I know all of you.
So one of my Motu groups actually suggested, when they saw the first trailer and they saw it was the MGM logo, they were like, "Why isn't Battle Cat like being used in the MGM logo?" I don't know if they were planning to do that this whole time or they actually saw his comment, but there it was. They used Battle Cat. Perfect product placement.
Even though I was stuck light years away on Earth, I never stopped trying to get back home.
Everything changed since you left.
It's all gone. Skeletor took my family. And he destroyed our world. It's not my fault. I know how it feels to fail. Take the sword. And when you fall, that's your chance to stand tall.
This is my home. I'm gonna fight for it.
Love this guy's bled.
Somebody wants to brawl.
I need every man, woman, or whatever that is.
You may have the power, but you're too scared to use it. Trust me, I know how to use it.
You tell everyone that you're from another planet. It just makes you sound a little very crazy.
So yeah, I'm glad that they're making him like lore accurate strong. Like, he grabbed the Roton and basically like stopped it with his bare hands. Sorry, let me get rid of YouTube. And he stopped it with his bare hands. And then just launched it like it was nothing. So he's like Superman level powered, which is like awesome. I'm not unsatisfied with Jared Leto's, we'll call it audio take on Skeletor. Like, we only heard like 2 sentences of him say it, but it's like you would never know that was him unless somebody was telling you that, because he's wearing the suit and the mask and everything the whole time, so you don't have to deal with his stupid face. And it sounds like he's trying to not sound like himself, so that's a really good thing. So I'm optimistic. I'm not totally sold, but again, I'm optimistic. They're going to make someone trans gay. I don't think they're going to make Adam gay, personally. Like, I'm not going to say it's impossible, Frankie, but I don't see it happening. Like, I really don't. So I could be wrong. I'm just going to go into the movie with the best of hopes and just see what they do. Hopefully they blow me away and they get it right and they learn from, the bull crap that these other studios are doing, where they're just completely destroying movies by injecting politics into it. I hope there's absolutely zero politics one way or the other in this. I don't want any politics in a Masters of the Universe movie. I just want to see He-Man and Skeletor, the heroes of Eternia, the Evil Warriors. I want to see them all fight. That's really all I want to do. So far, it seems like that's their aim. We'll see if they deliver on that. So, we'll see what happens. I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of fan service in here. Like, you might see something where Skeletor says something like the meme, where he says something like fucked up, then he runs away. It wouldn't shock me if they work that into this. So we will see what happens. I'm going to go and see it regardless. So it's all good. But I will tell you one thing. They are doing some great marketing for this thing. Let me get some stuff on screen for you guys here, just so we can take a look at this, because they're already ahead of the marketing on this, which I think is a really good thing. Where did my downloads go? Hold on a second. I'm sorry. I should have been more prepared on this. There we go. Okay, so this is what they're calling the straw that they will be, I guess, selling at theaters. I think it's like Cinemark, Regal, like all the big theaters are going to carry this, where you could put a beverage in this thing, and whether it's your soda or whatever, and you can enjoy your Masters of the Universe movie, and you can actually assemble it to look like the Sword of Grayskull. So, what's up, Rivex comedian? I mean, there's no fucking way I'm not going home with that. Like, that's coming with me, just because that looks awesome. So I think they're doing a good job so far of, doing the inevitable popcorn bucket, as it were, that everyone seems to have to do these days. I was hoping for like maybe a Castle Grayskull popcorn bucket thing, where you just like eat your popcorn out of the top of Castle Grayskull or Snake Mountain or something. And maybe we'll get one, but like, I'm going home with this shit. Like, that's for sure. Cause that's going on the wall of the Retro Game Lounge. Absolutely. So Mr. Ping in. So, all right, Mr. Ping and Ravex comedian. Did you guys miss my epic intro that I did just for this show? Because this isn't the RGX podcast. This is the Jimbo show right now. Did you guys miss it? Because I'm very proud of it. I worked very, very hard on it, actually. I was up till 3 a.m. working on it last night. I hope you didn't miss it, because it was good. I think so, at least. It's funny, if you actually listen to the words. Awesome, dude. Wait a minute. You missed it or you saw it? Oh, all right. All right, we got a request. They're asking for it again, so I just guess we're going to have to do it. All right, here we go, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and prepare for your serving of retro power. What makes a man? one and only RGL.
Even better the second time. Fucking A. Thanks for FX Comedian. Funny story for you, man. So I'm sitting there writing this out. Like, obviously, guys, I didn't have a band to like compose the music for me like overnight. That didn't happen. AI helped me with the music part, but every word of that song from this brain right here, I just kind of got it. And I was sitting there like fleshing it out, and I had a couple of words to put together. Like I wanted to say, like, I'm bringing back the word retard, live from your backyard. Then I was just like, okay, what can I get to rhyme with that? Like, I'm kind of running out of ard words. And I was just like, ard, nards. I was like, Wolfman's got nards. So I was able to work that into the song, just kind of ad hoc. And I pulled it together in like 2 minutes. I think I already had it fleshed out and just rearranged a couple of sentences and everything just to make it flow. But oh my God, dude, it's wow. Like, I didn't really have to make any corrections. Like, that was the first draft that the music generator came up with, where I didn't really have to give it any specifics. I just plugged the words in there and gave it like what kind of vibe do you want? It asked you the normal questions. And I'm like 80s power metal, like kind of shit, like screaming guitars, like, arpeggio vocals, like things like that. So, and it just fucking aced it. Like, that was exactly what I wanted it to do. So, what's that smell? Is it your mom? I had to throw in fucking Generation X shit. So, anyways, I'm glad you guys liked it. Apparently, Thumping Weevil, you were the only one who liked, or only one who liked it, only one who saw it first. So thank you. You get the first. Remember when people used to do that on YouTube comments? When it was like a thing where if no one else had left a comment, you had to be like first, and like that's all you would leave as the comment is first. I'm so glad that died, because I always thought that was stupid. Like, I appreciate the tenacity of people leaving that comment saying like they're so excited to see something I put out. Like, I appreciate that part, but it's like, can it be like I'm first and then actually leave a comment like about what you think on the video and everything? Like, it's not a competition as far as who gets there first. I just want you to watch it and hopefully enjoy it. So, but anyways, I digress. So, Rivix Comedian, Mr. Ping, I'm glad you guys got a laugh out of it, man. I figured you guys would really get a kick out of that one. I'm definitely proud of that one, for sure. All right, so we got some other things to talk about, man. We're going all over the fucking map here, ladies and gents. We're doing funny stuff. We're doing shit I think is stupid. Just, we're hitting this from all angles. We're going to check out some game trailers, some people who probably should be removed from the earth. Like, we're going to do all that shit, dude. We're going to take the piss out of fucking everything today. Okay, so let's get into some funny stuff. Let me bring this one up and I will share screen here. Bear with me a second. Let's back this one up. Okay. I think this one's going to make you guys laugh, because it made me fucking laugh when I saw it. I sent it to the wife because she and I weren't dating back then, but it's basically one of those videos where it just shows you like, like life in early 2000s. Yeah. Like, we knew each other back then. We were just friends. She was going out with a guy I knew who's not a friend of mine anymore. The guy's a complete fucking dickhead, to be perfectly honest. So, but we hung out and just did like friend stuff. Like, we went to see like Nightmare on Elm Street and things when they put it back in theaters. And I don't know, I guess she should have realized at the time. It's like, well, if you need to have like a fun hangout buddy that's a guy, maybe you're with the wrong guy. So if you're watching, honey, you're welcome. All right, so let's get into some funny shit here. This one I saw and I was like, this is accurate and it's funny. So we'll see what you guys think of it. All right, here we go. Wait for it. Oh my God, dude. With the fucking bass just blowing his hat off and shit. That's so accurate. Oh, I didn't have a vehicle like that, guys. I didn't have one of those ones where like the bass would rattle your teeth out, but I definitely picked her up the first time in a like Fast and Furious inspired car. I had an SVT Focus. For any of you guys who know what that is, very, very rare. Back then and even to this day, I've been trying to get another one. Very, very of its time. Like Fast and Furious definitely inspired that one. Very fun car. The only car I've ever owned that I regret selling. I wish I would have kept that one. So Thumping Weevil saw that the other day. Mr. Ping says accurate. It's definitely accurate. But yeah, I thought that one was absolutely hilarious when I watched it. I was like, holy shit, dude. Oh, that was good stuff. Okay, so we got a couple of other things to get into here. Okay, so all right, let's do another movie trailer. There was one that was released recently that I thought was cool. Oh, Samson. Oh, damn, I'm just like noticing this. The new Samson trailer for that. It's like a brawling beat 'em ups game. That looks really fucking cool, to be perfectly honest. We might check that out live here on this podcast. We might do that. Okay. So let's see here. How many of you are familiar with the concept, because this was entirely born on the internet, of what's known as the back rooms? I don't know if that actually started from like a creepypasta. I guess maybe. I mean, it started as kind of like, what is it, analog horror? I guess is that the name of that genre. Are you guys familiar with that? Like the concept of the back rooms. It has to do with like liminal spaces and shit. You know, apparently it's this thing that Gen Z is terrified of. Not only a first date, the number of times I got into a car and felt it. Nice. Jay Boone knows about the back rooms. Okay. You think it was a creepypasta? Okay. All right. Well, so here's the cool part. So there's a movie called The Backrooms coming out. And why is this interesting? Well, I mean, at first I was like, is this just a cash grab, cashing in on Gen Z phobia or whatever you want to call it? Then I did some digging and looked into it. So the guy that actually came up with the Backrooms, like the first guy who did like this long running video series on YouTube, he is directing this movie. Like A24 actually paid him to turn it into a movie. So this is coming straight from the brain of the guy who came up with the concept. And I just thought that was really cool. That they gave, like, I mean this respectfully, like a nobody a shot, like a guy who just does YouTube videos. Like, let's give this kid some money, give him a couple $1 million, and let's see if he can turn this into a movie. So if it sucks, like, he's got no one to blame but himself, since he's the creator. But I figured we watch the trailer, check it out. I think it looks interesting. Like it's definitely something different in the stage of horror, and right now that's unusual. Retro Fakes, what's up, my brother? Yeah, it's been a while, man. Did I move again, or did I arrange my stuff? No, I moved. I'm in a completely different state. Now I'm in West Virginia now. So Retro Game Lounge is a little bit smaller. We're doing things a little bit differently here. Because I wasn't able to take over the master bedroom. Obviously, I'm married now and I've got a kid. So he needs his own space. His room is actually on the wall that's behind the television that I'm looking at you guys on, like where I'm pointing essentially through that wall is his room. So I definitely can't come in here and rock out and rage during nap time. That's the joys of fatherhood. I actually got to keep it down. The walls ain't that thick here. So let's see. Jay Boone says, we need different. I never got into horror as much, but everything now is just jump scare. And how much gore can we get? No, I agree, man. And it's like, I don't know which exact direction they're going with this movie, but the vibe, again, we'll watch it in just a second together. The vibe I got from the trailer is they're going more, excuse me, just trying to get my chair in the center here. They're going more for like kind of atmosphere and ambiance, which it's a lot harder to scare people with just those two things. Like it takes real talent to be able to do that. Like jump scares can get anybody, that's just timing. But scaring people just I mean, in this case, like you're basically looking down like an empty hallway. That's like why it's scary. It takes talent to do that, to say the very least. Like you definitely got to be good at your craft. So seems like Markiplier's success. Yeah, I would say so, Mr. Pingen. It's YouTube is becoming a creative platform that's translating into other mediums like television and movies and music and things like that. So I'm glad that the talented folks are getting recognized. That's great. Maybe one day we'll get a Retro Game Lunch movie. That'd be fun. I mean, if we did, it'd be like me financing it, because I don't think anyone's going to give me money to do a Dirt Flicks movie where we watch like the ultimate dirt movie and then it like comes alive and tries to take over the world. And how do we stop it? We got to watch the shitty movie and like make fun of it so hard that it ceases to exist. I guess that would be the plot of the Dirt Flicks movie. That'd be interesting. All right, let's check out a trailer, man. We're going to check out Backrooms and we will see what everyone thinks. Let's go full screen on this. Okay, here we go.
I found something in the store.
Okay. What did you find?
The place. I found a place.
हम जमीन के रहने वालों की तरफ से
Hello?
आपको खुश आमदीद कहते हैं।
Anyone there?
I'd be shouting down that hallway like, what the fuck?
Look, I know how this sounds, but you gotta understand, it's massive in there.
I'm not saying I don't believe you.
Okay, I'm gonna come back here with proof.
All right, you feel me? Yeah.
Follow my lead.
Clark, what is...
It seems like they're setting this in the 90s, guys, and I think that's a good idea. Because, like, if you introduce AI and smartphones and all this other crap, it's giving the main characters way too many escape keys, I guess, or escape outlets. So I'm glad that they're confining it to the 90s, so it's a little bit more claustrophobic, I guess would be the word.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I've been there every night since I found the place, and I still barely scratched the surface. All right, just take it slow.
Oh my God.
Pull me up, pull me up, pull me up! What do you see?
All these rooms. This place builds them.
It's like a maze. It just goes on and on. Sometimes I'm scared I'll get lost.
Clark, can you hear me?
I don't understand. What is this?
It's beautiful.
Am I right?
Hello?
The fuck? So that's that. What'd you guys think? I think it looks interesting, personally. I think me and the wife are going to go and check it out. That's the kind of thing where I want to see it in a movie theater. I definitely want to do it correctly. The last movie that she and I went to saw, we talked about this on RGX. Whenever I say RGX, guys, I'm talking about Regeneration X. I'm sure you guys can figure that out, but it's kind of cool. Like both my podcasts, there's only one letter difference, RGO and RGX, by design. But we saw Scream 7, and I got to be honest with you, there were some idiots in the audience that definitely brought the process down for us, because as I mentioned on the podcast, one of them, a guy brought his, like, this little girl couldn't have been more than like 5 or 6 years old. Like, why are you bringing them to see a Scream film? That's not really appropriate at all. Like, I'm not telling you what to do with your kid, really, but that's in poor taste, to say the very least. Like, you're free to do that, but I mean, you're also free to do a lot of things that make you an asshole. Like, it might not be illegal for you to do it, but it still doesn't not make you an asshole. But it just got to the point where we had to move to a different section of the theater just to kind of get away from this nonsense and try and enjoy the movie because they were being so fucking disruptive. So we kind of decided as a family, as a couple, that we're not going to go to see a movie if we're not going to Alamo Drafthouse. Excuse me. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Alamo Drafthouse. If you have one in your area, there are several. Where I'm from, I'm originally from Northern Virginia. There's 3 or 4, I think, in that general area. We don't have any out here in West Virginia, but there is one not too far across the border that we could go to in 20-25 minutes, whatever. But for those of you not familiar, if you've never been to an Alamo Drafthouse, I will warn you before you go to one, it's going to ruin you for movies in a good way. Like, it will set the bar so high for your movie theater experience that you're going to not want to go anywhere else. Like, I don't know how else to say it. For several reasons. Number one, excuse me. The rules that they do enforce these guys. Like, they pretty much have a zero tolerance policy for this. Number one, if you get caught talking during the movie, you get 1 warning. And if they have to come back to your seat / table again because you're talking, you're out. That's simple. Like, just no bullshit. They will not refund your money. They're simply going to throw your ass out. Second rule, if you are using your cell phone during the movie, you don't get a warning. You get immediately ejected. So if you're going to use your cell phone, go the fuck outside. Like, if they catch you texting, talking on the phone, like if they see your phone lighting up, you do not get a warning. You get removed from the theater. And in my opinion, that's the way it should be, because you're ruining the experience for everybody else. Turn your fucking phone off, or put it on silent at least, and make it face down. Like, I set mine to vibrate because, we have to get a babysitter and stuff when my wife go out. So obviously I have to be reachable by phone just because of an emergency, because I got a little one, but I make sure that it's not disruptive. Like, I would hear it vibrate and it's face down. It's not going to light anybody up. Like, if it goes off, I know it's an emergency and I know I need to leave. So I'm just going to grab the wife and we're going to hightail it. The third reason, if you show up to the movie late, and they define late as basically after the movie starts, they'll cut you a little slack if you show up during the trailers. But if you show up like after the movie starts, they don't let you in because it's disruptive to the other patrons. Again, I absolutely agree with that. Like, if you're going to buy the tickets to see the movie, show the fuck up on time. Like, don't show up 20 minutes late and be an asshole, like moving yourself through the row, like completely just disrupting the movie experience for everyone else. You should have more decorum than that. If you're going to go and see a movie, you should have some respect for the movie going process. And let's be honest here, guys, we got a lot of morons out there right now who do not respect that process and who just are seemingly hell-bent on fucking it up for everyone else. And it's annoying as shit. So let's see, Mr. Ping, when I saw Dawn of the Dead remake, got to the part where the other blonde was getting it on with the douchebag. Suddenly we see a lady standing up leading her 2 kids out. Yeah, shouldn't have been there to begin with. That's ridiculous. Like, you're at a hard R zombie movie. Like, what are you doing, dude? Seriously, get a fucking sitter. Like, figure it out. Like, where my wife and I move, guys, I'll keep this kind of vague just for privacy reasons, but we don't know anyone out here. We have no friends locally. We have no family locally. All of our friends and family are back where we moved from. I mean, granted, we didn't move super far. They're only 90 minutes away, so it's not super bad. But we do have to make arrangements, and like, we have to have a family or friend or whatever come by to watch the little one when we go out, but we simply make it work. We're not going to be that couple that brings our kid to the movies just because we can't get a sitter. If we can't get a sitter, we don't go to the movie. Period. Because first of all, I'm not going to enjoy it if I'm constantly having to be like dad and like, corral my kid and stuff. Plus, he's way too young for that. But even if he was 4 or 5 years old, my answer on this would be the same. I'll take him to a movie that's appropriate for him, just go see a Pixar movie or something. But I'm not going to take him to a horror movie just so I can go see a horror movie and fuck things up for everyone else. That's called being an asshole. And I'm just not going to do that. So a lot of people could take a lesson from that, guys. If I ran a movie theater, not only would I throw you out, I'd ban you from the fucking movie theater for life. Like, you screw up once, that's it. I don't want your money anymore. Stay out. Keep your toxic ass the fuck out of my movie. And the group that was in front of us at Scream, guys, I'll let you fill in the blanks on which ethnic group they were part of. I'm pretty sure you can figure it out. Dude sitting there scrolling on his phone, looking at the new fucking Jordans and shit, like in the middle of the movie, lighting up the entire row. Like, dude, grow up. Seriously, you're a little fucking child if you're doing that shit. You came here to see a movie. You paid money to see a movie. Why aren't you giving it your full attention? Do you just like throwing your money away? But that shit annoys the living piss out of me. Anyways, that's my rant for the movie theater experience. Oh, damn, I completely forgot. Okay, so the last and best reason to go to Alamo Drafthouse, for those of you who've never been, they have full table service during the entire movie, and they actually have a pretty impressive menu. Like, you can get basic movie theater stuff. If you want popcorn, they do that. You want candy, they do that. You just want a soda, they do that. But it's like going to a restaurant / bar, because each one of them has a full service bar. You can get there early, you can get a drink, hang out at the bar, you can bring your booze into the movie theater if you want. And we're not just talking beer and stuff, man. Like, they serve liquor. So but yeah, their menu is actually good, and all of their menu items are actually themed around movies. Like, they have their big burgers called the Royale with cheese, like in Pulp Fiction. They do pizza. They do these awesome fries that are made with Tillamook cheese. I don't know if you guys have ever had that. It's like the best cheese on the planet. Just all kinds of stuff, man. Like, sandwiches, salads, like, they do themed things where they bring in special dishes for special movies. But the inside baseball in this one, guys, like the real hack for this. So they have cookies that they do, where you get, I think it's 3 of them. These things are decent size, but like about yay big. But here's the thing. They bake them fresh on demand, and they're brought to your table hot, fresh out of the oven. Like, I'm talking melt in your mouth hot. And these cookies are amazing. Like, my wife used to bake professionally, and she makes probably the best cookies I've ever had. And even she is like, dude, these cookies are amazing. Like, she's kind of like a bakery snob, and she's like, dude, their cookies are legit. Like, they're really good. So if you have a chance to go to Alamo, even if you're not going to get anything else, even if you're not going to get like the burger, the pizza, or whatever, bro, get those cookies. They are incredible. Like, they are so good, and they are fresh, brought to your table right out of the oven, still hot. It's awesome. It really is. So check it out if you get the chance. Again, it's going to ruin you for movies, because you're going to expect all movie theaters to operate on this level of professionalism, and you're just going to be disappointed because no one else but Alamo operates, at this high of a level. Yeah, bro, freshly baked cookies. It's awesome, and you get 3 of them. So yeah, that's a must. Okay, so let's see. We got into some movie trailers. You like their nachos? Yeah, I don't think I've ever had their nachos, actually. Like, if I have, I just don't remember. Like, the fries, the Tillamook fries are a must for me. The Royale with cheese, it's not the best burger I've ever had, but it's decent. It's a pretty good burger. Their little pizzas that they make are good, like the little personal pizzas. Those don't suck. Chicken sandwich is okay. Like, just, I think one of their pastas, I've had one of those before. That's not bad. So, all right. So let's get into some stuff here, guys. We got, like I mentioned earlier, we've got all kinds of stuff that we're going to jump into tonight. Let me bring up some links. Okay, so this one's probably going to piss a lot of you off, because this one definitely pissed me the fuck off when this happened. We'll talk about it after we watch it. But yeah, this one definitely got me a little fired up, to say the least. For any of you who've seen this. All right. So this has been jumping around the internet, and I think for good reason.
What the fuck you want? That nigga Bill. I don't know. A month ago? Yo, shut the actual fuck up. Leave. I'm playing geometry. Yeah, fuck out of here with your black ass little cripple. Yeah. You fucking cripple. You are a cripple. Don't ever speak back to me. I'm gonna put you in an electric chair. March 15th. Yo, I'm actually gonna put this kid in an electric chair. I said I'm gonna put you in an electric chair and shove dynamite up your ass.
who the fuck raises these kids? I really, really want to fucking know who raises these kids. Because that's fuck that kid. Fuck that kid.
Could not agree more. Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. That video made me like visibly angry when I saw that. Just the level of cruelty that whoever that teenage dipshit was, when I couldn't tell what the gentleman holding the paper, I couldn't tell exactly what he was asking for. It maybe looked like it was a "have you seen me" kind of thing. I'm just basing it on the answers that he gave the young man. Because he was like, I don't know, September or whatever, or last week or something. It seemed like maybe he's trying to spread awareness because somebody is missing. But I'll be honest with you, it doesn't really fucking matter what that kid was asking for. He's obviously got some pretty severe complications that he's got to deal with in everyday life. And just the way that kid reacted, it's not even like teenage boys being teenage boys. Guys, this is way beyond that. That's wickedness. Like, that's cruelty, and I would even go as so far to say like evil. Like, not only is he making fun of the kid's disability when he's definitely got maybe cerebral palsy or something like that. I'm just speculating, just based on muscular dystrophy, something like that. Some type of very, very large physical and mental obstacle that he has to deal with. And saying like, I'm going to put you in an electric chair and shove dynamite up your ass. Like, to be perfectly honest, like, I'm disappointed that his friends, one of them was like, bro, chill. His friends need to grow some balls and be able to stand up and shut their idiot friend down when he starts saying terrible things like that to a kid who's not bothering him. He's just trying to get people involved, apparently, and trying to get some help. It just, as I posted on Facebook, guys, I'll paraphrase, but I'm going to be honest with you. I meant what I said. There's one singular way that I would deal with that. First of all, I would knock that kid's fucking teeth out. I don't care if he's a minor. He's going to catch an ass beating from a fucking adult. He's going to learn firsthand the find out part of fuck around. And the second thing is, I'm going to find out where he lives. And if he has a dad, I'm going to beat the fuck out of his dad while he watches. Because his dad is the reason that this kid behaves this way, either through negligence or through learned behavior. So either his dad is like an absentee father, or his dad's a bully. Or his dad beats him. I don't really care. I don't care what the fucking excuse is. You don't treat people like that. I'm sorry, but you don't. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. But there's turn the other cheek, guys, and there's try and take the high road. But then there's also break the teeth of the wicked. And this kid's got it coming. He deserves it. And he's getting away with it because he's a bully. And what does a bully do? A bully uses their power over someone that doesn't have that power to basically make them feel weak or make them feel pain. And he's not going to understand what that feels like until someone like me or someone similar pulls up on him and gets in his face and just puts the fear of God into him. Like someone who isn't afraid to get physical and get in his face and just be like, why don't you say that to me, dude? Seriously, say it to my face. I fucking double dare you. And who isn't afraid to grab this kid by the fucking neck and choke him until he's unconscious, just so he learns a lesson. Choke him so bad that he pisses and shits himself in front of the entire school. I consider myself, guys, the world's most controlled psychopath. There's something angry deep down inside of me that I guess I learned to keep in a bottle. And when I see things like this, that guy wants to come out. I was bullied a lot when I was little. When I was young, I should say. I was basically bullied all the way up to high school. And needless to say, things like this definitely hit that button for me. And becoming a father didn't exactly soften that. It sharpened it. It made it a lot more prominent. I would never let anyone talk to my kid like that. And in a perfect world, guys, like my kid's going to know that he's got free and clear reign for me because I'll deal with the school board over this. I'm going to give him the same speech that my father gave me. And I tested this, and my father did not falter. Bless him for that. Where I told him what was going on in school, and, you know, I was getting ranked out, you know, kind of made fun of, like publicly mocked and shit like this. Just really, really cruel things that I really wouldn't wish on anybody. And it got bad to the point where, like, my parents were meeting with my teachers just to try and get this shit under control. Like, it was disrupting my schoolwork. I was afraid to go to school. Like, this is not good. So my dad pulled me aside and he was just like, look, he's like, next person that says a bad thing about you, he's like, punch him in the fucking mouth. He's like, you have my permission. I was like, but Dad will get in trouble. He's like, let me worry about that. He's like, they start mouthing off, you hit him in the fucking mouth, period. And I'm like, well, won't I get in trouble at school? He was like, I will deal with your school. And I'm like, won't mom be angry? He's like, I'll deal with your mother. And I tested that once. Because it was a particularly bad day where I was really getting picked on hard. I will never forget the name of this kid, Eric Rush. Jesus Christ. If like Smug and Smarmy had a face, it was this guy. Like this face was just fucking asking for it, man. And it was just one of those days where he wouldn't let up, man. I just decided I'd fucking had enough, and I let him have it, dude. I beat the fuck out of this kid. Like, he wasn't permanently injured or anything, but I cracked him several times in the face and the stomach, fucking grabbed him by his hair, fucking threw him on the ground and everything. Like, I just went the fuck off. And needless to say, I got sent to the principal's office. And, you know, I remembered the talk my dad had, but, you know, in my little third grade mind, I'm thinking like, you know, did he mean to do this? Did I take it too far and everything? And I'm sitting there in this hallway. That felt like it went on forever, like the fucking Matrix or something like that. And like, I'm sitting in a chair that's like right in front of the secretary's desk, right outside the principal's office. And the end of the hallway is the door where people come into the office. So I know that they've called my parents, and I know it's probably going to be my dad coming, and I'm going to be the first person that my dad sees when he comes down the hallway. And I'm dreading it, dude. It's like waiting for your dad to get home after your mom said, like, you know, wait till your father gets home. Is one of those moments where you're like, oh, dude, like, I know I'm going to get it, man. Like, you know, I don't regret what I did because I stood up for myself, but like, you're a kid, man. You don't know any better. You don't understand the machinations of how adults think. And my dad walks in, and I'm just like, oh, shit. I'm like, here we go. Like, I'm about to catch an ass whooping. And he comes over and he walks and he kneels down beside me. And I'm thinking like I'm about to get calibrated. And he was like, son, what happened? Like, he stopped to get my side of the story first. And I told him what happened. And he was like, did you start it? And I said, no. And he's like, that's the truth? I'm like, I swear, Dad, I didn't start it. And he's like, did you finish it? And I was like, well, he was crying on the ground when I was done. And he's like, all right, I'll be right back. And then he walks over and he introduces himself. And, you know, the secretary's like, oh, yes, the principal's waiting on you. And guys, I went to Catholic school. So my principal was a nun. Sister, what was her name? Sister Marita, I think, at the time. And he goes in there and the door closes and like 5 minutes go by. And like, I just kind of hear like low mumblings of them talking. And then I noticed that the voices start to get a little bit louder. And it sounds like my dad is bordering on a shouting match with the principal. Like, it wasn't like flat out screaming, but you can tell like things are getting a little heated in there. And the door like flings open and I'm like, oh shit. Like, I still think I'm in trouble at this point. Again, guys, I'm in the third grade. Like, I don't know any better. And my dad comes out and like, he turns back to the principal and he was just like, I forget exactly what he said, but it was something degree of, he was like, lady, don't you ever fucking tell me how to raise my son. He's like, my son did exactly what I told him to do. And if you've got a problem with that, that's too bad. And then he turns to me and he's like, son, let's go. And again, I still think I'm in trouble at this point because, I mean, when you're in the third grade, you hear adults fighting and you know that it's because of something that you did, you translate that to, I'm about to get the shit beaten out of me. My dad, for the record, guys, my dad was not an abusive dad, but I think I'm about to get the shit smacked out of my ass when I go outside to the car with my dad, because I'm being sent home for the day. So I go outside, and like we're just outside of the door, and like we're on I'm like standing in front of the outside of the school, and I'm like cringing against the wall because I think I'm about to get the shit smacked out of me. And he kneels down again, and he's like, son, I'm proud of you. And I was like, what? I was like, for what? And I don't understand what he's saying in the moment. He's like, I'm proud of you for what you did. I was like, you're proud of me for fighting? He's like, you said that was bad. He's like, no, I'm not proud of you for fighting. I'm proud of you for standing up for yourself. He's like, you did the right thing. It's like, fighting isn't always the solution. But he's like, when it comes to guys like this kid, who I understand just wouldn't leave you alone, he's like, guys like that understand one thing: violence. So you didn't start it. And, the principal apparently confirmed that, like, you didn't start this. Like, he started up, in on you, and you reacted. And he's like, you reacted accordingly. And I'm like, well, wasn't she mad about this? He's like, I don't give a damn what that lady thinks. He's like, I don't care if she's mad. She's like, she doesn't understand because she's never been bullied. She's like, women do not have to deal with this shit when it comes to physical violence. He's like, this is the burden that men have to carry. We have to deal with things with our fists sometimes. And women have the pleasure of not knowing what that's like. Before the chicks start in on me, guys, let me finish my story. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, so what happens now? He's like, well, they sent you home for the day. I was like, oh, I'm grounded, I guess, aren't I? He's like, why would I ground you? I'm like, because I got in trouble in school. Like, isn't that how it works? He's like, I'm not going to punish you for doing what I told you to do. He's like, son, that's not how it works. He's like, you did exactly what I told you to do. I'm not angry with you. And I'm like, is it mom going to be mad? He's like, probably. But he's like, she's probably going to be mad at me. So don't worry about it. He's like, forget about it. I'll deal with that when I get home. And I was like, oh, so I guess we're going home. He's like, you want to go get a milkshake? And I was like, really? I was like, I'm getting rewarded for winning a fight. I was like, I got to do this shit more often, apparently. So, that was my experience with that, guys. Like, that's the kind of house that I was raised in. And my father to this day would corroborate this. Like, if he was going to talk to, my son, his grandson, about this, he would tell him the exact same thing. He has not softened in his old age. He would just be like, try and walk away if you can. Like, try and laugh it off if you can. If they keep going on you, punch them in the teeth. Like, seriously, go after them. Hit them first. Don't wait for them to hit you. Strike first. Like, very Cobra Kai about this. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. Like, he told me from a very early age, if you're going to fight to win. Like, make sure that you're the last guy standing. Do what you have to do. Put the other guy down. So I never lost a fight in school. Like, all the times I fighted, because I just went the fuck off, man. Like, I in my head, it's like the last round. Like, I'm low on points, and like I got to put this fucker out now. Like, I'm just going crazy. I didn't know karate, but I knew crazy. So that's the same speech and advice that I will give to my son. Obviously, when he's old enough to understand. He's a little too young for that now. He's only 18 months old, but I will definitely be imparting that same advice to him, and I'll probably tell him the same story that I told you guys. When I was young, this is what Grandpa told me, and I think it's good advice. So, but as far as the video, dude, fuck that kid. Like, seriously, I hope whoever, I hope that the school that this kid goes to sees this, and I hope they expel his ass. Like, seriously, I hope charges are brought up or something. Like, something needs to happen here, guys, because this little shit is a fucking monster. This kid needs a goddamn ass whooping for real. So hopefully something comes out of that, because you don't do that, guys. That ain't cool. All right, so we got some other stuff excuse me, to cover. Okay, let's get into some movie news. Well, movie adjacent, I guess. All right, let me bring up some links here so you guys can see. All right, let's share a screen. Okay. Oh, crap. That's the wrong link. Here we go. This is the right link. Okay. Let's share this one. Okay. So, pretty much just as I thought, guys. So, for those of you not in the know, Scream 4 has never been released on 4K. Obviously, I'm a big fan of the franchise. I've got all the rest of them. I even have the new one, Scream 7, pre-ordered on 4K. It's not even out yet. It doesn't come out until, I think it's this summer, I think is when it comes out. So, but Scream 4 has never been released on 4K, and all of the rest of them have. So, it's, you know, kind of been a hole in my collection. Like, I've kind of been stuck with the Blu-ray, and like I have all the other ones in Steelbook and everything, like the Ultra Sweatlord edition. I have a custom box. Shout out to Blockbuster Box Sets. He made me a box for these. Like, they all have individual sleeves. It's got this really cool box with Ghostface and shit on the outside of it. Super, super cool stuff. And I'm finally glad that they're putting this out on Steelbook, because, like, you know, I have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, soon to be 7, all in that particular format, and I don't have the one that's right in the middle on it. So yeah, as a collector, that crap drives me up the damn wall, to be honest. So they're putting it out. It comes out June 9th. Super cool that they're doing a Steelbook. You can get it on regular 4K, but, you know, I got it the Steelbook. I'm just one of those guys. But there is something else that's also coming out that I did not hear about until right when it happened. And when it happened, I was like, oh my God, this is so awesome that they're doing this. This is like ultimate fan service. So they're putting out Scream 4 on VHS, and this is an official Lionsgate release because they own the home video rights. So it's an official Lionsgate release, like from a studio, a brand new VHS tape from an actual studio. And as I understand it, it's actually in pan and scan. It's not even a widescreen, which is the way that I want it. I want to watch it on a little 4x3 tube with crappy pan and scan. Needless to say, guys, this sold out almost instantly when it came out. This was just gone, basically like that. I missed the first batch just because I didn't know about it. It sold out in like 20 minutes. And I'm cruising the internet, just not doing anything specific, probably doom scrolling. And I see, I think like an ad for Etsy or something like that. I guess, you know, because they're tracking everything you do these days. And I see that they have like, oh, we have Scream 4 on VHS. You know, it's bootlegs. It's not an official release because that's kind of what Etsy does. Not that I'm making fun of it. Etsy's a great place for that. And then it's just, I sat there and thought about it. This was like hours and hours after I'd found out that the tape was sold out. And I was like, you know what? Let me check the site. Let me see if they put up another batch. And I go to the site, and it lists as available, like add to cart. And I'm like, no fucking way. I was like, oh my God, what did I just do here? Because this is amazing. And I'm like, I'm thinking I'm reading it wrong when I'm seeing it. I'm like trying to like furiously add it to my cart so that I don't miss out on it. And needless to say, I got one. And I actually got Lionsgate to comp the shipping on it because I sent them my information. I was like, hey, I have a previous order, and these are both coming out actually on the same day. And they're both coming from you. Could you just ship them together? And they generously offered to do that. So thanks, Lionsgate. I really appreciate that. That's really cool of you guys to do. So I'm super excited to get this because Scream 4 was never originally released on VHS because this was like 2011 or something when it came out. VHS was long dead by the time that happened. So I thought that was super cool that they were given that kind of fan service to, you know, those of us, I guess, ghost heads. Well, no, ghost heads is, I guess, what you would call Ghostbusters fans. Ghost face heads? Ghost facers? I don't know. I don't know what you Scream heads. I don't know what you would call Scream people. Not a clue. So I thought that was super cool. Special thanks to Lionsgate for coming in clutch. Let's see. We got some other funny / stupid stuff to look at here. Okay, so this one it doesn't really make me angry. It's just kind of like I'm asking, like when I see stuff like this, I just ask, like, why? Like, why are people doing this dumb shit? Let me bring this up so you guys can see. I don't understand this behavior, I guess, is my problem with this. Yes, we know you're waiting on Godzilla, Frankie. We know. You know how we know? Because you're like a vegan. You tell us every 5 minutes. Just messing with you, dude. All right, let's check out this fucking stupid ass video. and see what's up. All right. So you guys may have heard of these people. This is Kay and Tay. I don't really follow them, but as I understand, they've got a decent following. And I don't understand why people put up videos like this. This isn't meant to be funny. At least that's not the way I took it, but I'll play it out and we'll see what you guys think.
104.8.
Edie, we gotta go.
I don't want to go. I hate emergency rooms. They're never nice.
You want a blanket? Yeah?
Yeah.
Here you go, sweetie.
Thank you.
All right, sweetie.
I'm so dizzy.
What are you feeling like?
Achy. Everything hurts and I feel weak and I feel really dizzy. Like I just went on a ride that spins like really fast.
How you feeling?
Horrible.
Sweetie, I brought you this. What?
I don't want it.
I thought it might make it better.
No, thank you. I'm not hungry.
We're gonna figure it out, Judy. They'll know by tomorrow.
I don't want to stay tonight.
I know, sweetie.
I miss my babies.
I'm gonna go and put them down, and then I'll be back, okay? I love you.
I love you.
You're so strong. You're strong, sweetie. We're gonna get it figured out, okay? I love you.
I love you.
I don't understand why people put things like that on social media. Like, I understand these Kay and Tay, this couple, they put like a lot of their life stuff on there, like them going to the beach with their kids, or them going to amusement park or stuff like that. Like, I wouldn't do that, but I guess I understand that part a little bit more. Why would you show this part of someone's life just for clicks? Like, they obviously make their living off of this. As I understand, their channel's pretty big. They've got like millions of followers, but I don't understand like why you would lower yourself to like you're showing your wife basically in pain going to the emergency room. She's obviously got the flu or something like that, and she's obviously very sick. Why are you exploiting that for fame and money? I think that's honestly kind of pathetic. And you're definitely not setting a good example for your children, because your kids are going to be older and they're going to see this shit someday and they're going to be like, Mommy and Daddy, what are you doing? I just saw that and I was just like, God, is this what this is coming to? Where people are literally putting the most private moments of their life. What are you going to do next? Are you going to fuck on camera or whatever? Like, show your wife like having diarrhea? Like, what? Like, Mr. Ping, and thank you, you said it best. Not everything has to be content. No, it doesn't. Like, if you're a dork like me and you want to shoot a video, like you're going to a Comic-Con or something for the people that can't go to the Comic-Con, like, hey, I'm meeting this. Okay, I understand that to a degree because you're getting at least some kind of value out of this. Why show stuff like this? It doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. I think it's stupid, brain rot garbage. And these people are just wasting fucking oxygen. I digress. So, all right. Let's move on. We got some other things to cover here. All right. Let's follow up that with another equally stupid video. Actually, equally stupid picture. Just something that I thought was funny. Not news to me, but it might be news to some of you guys. Don't ever forget that a Democrat presidential candidate was so desperate to beat Trump that they lied to the world by literally photoshopping Kamala Harris's face onto another girl's photo to make it look like she worked at McDonald's when she was younger. That's so fucking sad, dude. Like, it really is. Like, she was so butthurt that Trump made a splash when he went and like worked at McDonald's for a day. She was I guess felt like she was so behind like the zeitgeist that she had to show like, no, I'm a normal person too. I worked at McDonald's. She never fucking worked at McDonald's. Like, she never had to deal with anything like that in her entire life. For the record, guys, I worked at Burger King for like 3 months. Like, I was 18 or 19 years old, this like stupid teenager job, making minimum wage, no less. But yeah, that's just so pitiful to me. And it really shows you like, yeah, now the cult can rest. Yeah. It just really shows you how dumb these people are and how really just scheming liars this group is. It's really pathetic, to be perfectly honest. So All right, we got some more videos to get into here. All right, we'll get into this one. You guys might have seen this one. This one's been bouncing around the internet a little bit. I'm not at all surprised at the outcome of this one, but we'll go ahead and check it out and see what everybody thinks. All right, let's get this bad boy on screen. Here we go.
Oh, you know you wanna mingle. This is so good, I should never be single. Oh, you know you wanna mingle. This is so good, I should never be single. He loves the way I throw it on the back hands down. Put it on a make her wanna wipe a bitch down. He loves the way I throw it on the back hands down. Put it on a make her wanna wipe a bitch down. He loves the way I throw it on the back, throw it on the back, throw it on the floor, on the back, throw it on the back.
Okay, so yeah, every single person on that video was fired by Chick-fil-A. And in my opinion, rightfully so. You know, they have a very Christian, very conservative founder who I'm sure saw that and was like, what the hell is this shit? And that's not the kind of vibe that Chick-fil-A wants to be put out, because they're known as like the nice, clean, professional drive-through. I'm sure you guys all know that. Anyone who's ever been in a Chick-fil-A drive-through knows that they are the gold standard that everyone else has been trying to live up to. Everyone there is polite. Everyone there is nice. Your order is right the first time. They keep that drive-through moving like a finely oiled, finely tuned machine. That is the system that makes everyone else look incompetent, to say the very least. They're not going to let anyone mess with that vibe, to be perfectly honest. And I do not blame them for that. Every one of those people deserves to be fired. And not over here. Well, Frankie, you live in Florida, so, you know, not really surprised. Just saying. For the rest of us, Chick-fil-A is a pretty positive experience, man. I've never had a bad experience at one. Of all of them that I've been to, it's been the same experience every time. For the demonstration of physics, nice. Yeah, that's no, not the time or the place. That's stupid ghetto ratchet behavior, dude. And yeah, Chick-fil-A doesn't want none of that. Okay, what should we get into next? Oh, okay. So we did Chick-fil-A. All right. Let's check out another one that's probably going to piss you guys off. Yeah, this one was I hope Child Protective Service is watching. And I hope they caught this one, because they definitely need to.
She just hit this baby and pushed her. She just pushed this baby down.
Jesus.
Look, pull off, man. Pull up, pull up. She just pushed this baby down. She just pushed this baby down. Do it again. No, this baby, no, she got kids. She got kids. She got kids with her. I should beat your ass, bitch. I should beat. Go to the next, go down here, see if it's a cop. Go down here, that baby bleeding, babe. She just made that baby bleed. Fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck. That shit just hurt my soul. I ain't gonna lie. That shit just pissed me off. That shit just pissed me off, bro. And I deported.
Yeah, that she needs to have her kids taken away. Like, you don't do that shit. The only thing, honestly, more or equally annoying to the woman that they were filming was the incredibly ratchet behavior from the people inside the car. And probably the only time you're going to see a black couple actually actively seeking out the police. I thought that part was pretty hilarious. I was like, wow, funny. You have so many problems with them until, well, you actually need them. But no, take away that woman's kids. She's an unfit mother, obviously. Anyone who would ever do that to their child, even if they were mad, you know, at the person filming them or whatever, like, you're so mad that you're taking it on the kid, you're not fit to be a parent. That crap just pisses me off. So yeah, no bueno, to say the very least. All right. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, we got some good stuff. This one has a generally good ending, in my opinion. You gotta definitely wait for it, but we'll check this one out. All right, here we go. All right, go touch it. All right, so this big kid that you see here is the bully, and you know, when you see him roll up on the other kid, you're gonna see why. He's literally twice this kid's size. Go touch him. Fucking touch me.
Oh shit!
Damn. Redhead can fight, dude.
Oh, I'm gonna get some hate for this video. Now, real quick to the bully, you picked that fucking fight because that fucker was smaller than you. You fight like shit, by the way. I'm guessing your daddy's a bit of a bitch or non-existent. Which one was it? Also, if your father sees this and he don't like what I got to say, he can meet me at any flagpole he chooses. Now, parents, teach your children to be victorious, not victims. I was bullied all the way until 9th grade. I almost killed myself because of it. And then I found out if you start smacking the fucking shit out of these bullies, all of a sudden it gets better. Granted, you're going to fight everybody every single day, but they're no longer picking on you. And I love fucking fighting. So you have to understand, I hate fucking bullies. My children were bullied until I gave them permission to knock the fuck out of people. Parents, do not be afraid to go to the principal's office and tell the principal you will square up with that motherfucker in a flagpole. I did it. Do not be afraid to snatch up a fucking teacher and ring that fucker's bell. You have to understand, the schools always have a zero tolerance against fighting, but never against bullying. So again, parents, raise your children to be fucking soldiers, not victims. I love all of you. I'm your Huckleberry.
Preach. So yeah, that was a good one. Not just yeah, just that was a good one. That guy, Justin Stoll, I think his name is. Like that's the correct take on that one, in my opinion. Where it's like I mentioned earlier, like he gave his kids the same advice my father gave me. Just start punching him in the fucking mouth. Yeah, I love that the bully started crying after the redhead rolled up on him, and yeah, where the fuck did that kid learn how to fight? It looked like, you guys remember Living Color? Remember fucking Wanda and Jamie Foxx's character, where she'd be like flapping her arms? That's what that shit looked like. Have you never thrown a punch in your entire life? You're like, that's bad for girl fighting, let alone guy fighting. Like, that's terrible. My God, that's so bad. All right, what else we got for you guys here? Oh, this one's funny. You guys are gonna like this one. All right, you guys are gonna absolutely fucking love this one. This one definitely made me giggle. Oh my God, it's like the brain dead, the brain dead mentality of the woman you're about to see on your screen is just, you're like, lady, like, how is it possible that you are this retarded? Seriously, like, how is your brain this? How is your brain capable of making you walk when your IQ is this low? It's unbelievable. All right, let's get into it.
You are not going to believe what happened to this lady while she was leaving a No Kings
protest.
I'll
believe it.
And when I say leaving, of course, I mean impeding traffic. It's not just what happened to her while she was leaving. That's hilarious. It's what the cops gave her after the fact. Take a listen.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Tiernan. And on Saturday, after leaving the No Kings protest,
nose ring theory in full effect. Sorry, I just had to say it.
I was struck and injured by a motor vehicle while leaving the protest. The cops here in Catskill, New York, took several days to get an accident report together, and they would not give me any information. They never interviewed me after the accident. I've been asking for information for days because I've been very traumatized by this event. And now, in order to re-traumatize me, the cops here in Catskill are telling me that it's my fault that I put my human body in the street to be hit by a motor vehicle. The people in the motor vehicle actually got out and started screaming in my face after they had struck me. I spent the rest of the day in the hospital having x-rays and MRIs, CAT scans on my pelvis and on my head. And they never came to check on me. They never came to ask me any questions. They never did anything. And now they're giving me a citation for being in the road. So, honestly, I think that's a bunch of crap. And I'm very, very upset because I want to press criminal charges against this person who hit me. And the cops just handed me a citation saying that it's my fault, that my fragile human body got hit by a motor vehicle after the protest. I have not yet seen the videos. They refuse to show them to me without a FOIL request, which of course I will file. That's all I have to say for now. But protect and serve? I don't think so.
Oh, I think.
Yeah, that's fucking incredible, dude. Like, that's. You thought dreads were supposed to be a no-go for white people. Apparently, she gets a pass, Mr. Pingen. I agree. That's just crazy. That's like she puts herself in front of a car and she gets mad that someone like decides I'm not going to stop. Like, you're impeding my vehicle, which is a crime, by the way, and you're putting my safety in jeopardy. Guys, for anyone watching this, if someone does it to you, run them the fuck over. Seriously, do it without hesitation, because they're usually not alone. It's usually a mob, and they don't care about your safety. They don't care about your car. They don't care about your family. Run them the fuck over, because they would do the same thing to you. And it would definitely be a net positive to the universe if the universe were minus this person. This person's a fucking idiot. They're playing chicken with 4,000 pounds of steel. You're stupid if you do that shit. So fuck around, find out. So, wow, man, we got some bangers today, don't we? Okay, this was an interesting one. Not a video, but definitely an interesting thing that we need to discuss, because this is fucking wild that this is actually being debated. So, don't know if you guys heard about it, but the two Chinese nationals that actually planted a bomb at a U.S. Air Force. Fortunately, nobody was hurt. They were able to get a hold of it. Something went wrong with it, apparently. And they immediately jumped a plane and went back to China. They were birthright citizens of illegal aliens. So the thing that's being contested in the Supreme Court right now, these people, their entire existence in America was furnished or facilitated, I should say, by birthright citizenship. It's just absolutely crazy that, like, Kataji fucking Shaniqua, whatever the fuck her name is, talking about just making the stupidest fucking analogies I think I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, if I steal a wallet in Japan, well, then they can arrest me, meaning like I've got some allegiance to Japan. That's not what allegiance means, you fucking moron. Allegiance is something that you donate. Allegiance is a choice. You broke a rule, you broke a law in a foreign country, and it doesn't matter if you're a citizen or not. Everyone within the borders of that country is subject to those laws. That's the way it works. The fact that that woman is anywhere near the Supreme Court when she refused to answer the question of, like, can you tell me what a woman is? And she's like, I can't do that. If you can't fucking do that, you're a retard. You're stupid, and you should not be anywhere near a court or any Supreme Court. That bitch needs to be ripped off the fucking court. She's a dumbass. And with every time she opens her mouth, she completely reaffirms that notion of, like, I'm stupid and I'm only capable of single level thinking. She's a stupid, smooth brain, low IQ, ratchet moron. The fact that her last name is fucking like Brown Jackson and it's hyphenated. So, okay, so either she's a cunt or her fucking mom is, with that hyphenated bullshit. No, this woman, these people do not belong anywhere near the American justice system. These people are cancer. They need to be removed from America. And I would go as far as to say they need to be removed from planet fucking Earth. These people are disgusting. It's fucking gross. All right. We got some more shit to get into here, man. Yeah, this one was interesting. I wasn't sure what to make of this. Hold on a second. Let me pull up this video, because I was like, I couldn't quite understand what to make of this. If anyone has been to, the subject is South Mississippi. The amount of fucking drugs that this person must be on must be incredible, but they seem to be functional. So I guess I'm having trouble making sense of it. Like they're behaving like a person who's high, but they're really functional. So like I'm getting kind of pulled in two different directions here. But all right, let's check out the video and we'll see what you guys think. All right. So only in South Mississippi. So you're going to hear the commentary from I guess, the woman who's riding passenger in the car, and they're commentating about the woman who's in front of the car. Here we go.
I can't even make this shit up. This fucking chick is acting like she's driving a car, but she's walking. What the fuck? Oh, now she's running down the fucking highway. Huh?
Oh my god.
Oh my.
Look at how.
What is she doing? She's acting like she's holding a steering wheel. What? Oh, she just hit the brakes, the invisible brakes. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I can't even.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of that one, guys. If you guys, anyone's ever been to South Mississippi, I honestly don't. I've never seen a human being behave that way, where they weren't joking. I don't know. That was really fucking strange to me, to be perfectly honest. When I saw that, I was like, wait, what? That's fucking weird. I don't know. Yeah, it might not all be drugs. I don't know. It might be a bunch of things, dude. I'm not sure what. All right. So some of you may have seen this one. This one's been dancing around the interwebs for a minute here. I thought it was funny. I just think it's people getting a dose of their own medicine. You've seen some people who would hit a T intersection and go straight. Jesus. All right. I'm glad these people aren't anywhere near me. All right. Let's take a look at this one. All right, here we go.
Bye, bitch! Bye, bitch!
Oh, they cocked. Go to the next club.
Yeah. To me, that is chimp behavior. They are behaving like chimpanzees do in the wild. It's incredible to me, like the lack of intelligence coming from the people involved in shit like this, where they're screaming things like white bitch, white this, like just obviously, it's racial slurs. And then, she drops the N-bomb basically as a fuck you and a retaliation to them right before the door closes, as Mr. Ping said. Yeah, just like that's pretty smart move, actually. And it's just like they completely lose their minds. Like, how dare this woman say that word when you were just degrading her because of her race 5 seconds before that? They're so offended by this. Like, oh, no, you can't say that. And we all know why. It's like, well, no, you can say this about white people because you think you're allowed to make fun of white people without any type of consequence. But heaven forbid they retaliate against you, a black person, because rules for thee, not for me. That kind of behavior, like, I'll be honest with you guys, I was actually glad to see something like this because we need a little bit more of that. Now, let me qualify that. I'm not saying we need people running down the street like shouting racial epithets, but I also believe in meeting energy with energy. I believe in fighting fire with fire. If someone's willing to go there with you, go there with them. Seriously, fire back. Because let's be honest here, guys, that segment of the U.S. population isn't really going to learn unless they realize that, the whiteys, like myself, are done tolerating this shit. We're just like, all right, if you want to go there, then we're gonna fire back. We're gonna fight fire with fire. Because if you're willing to go there, then fine, we're willing to go there. We need to not be afraid of these things anymore because of the way they behave. It's like dealing with a bully. Like, a bully understands one thing: someone who operates on their level, someone who operates with violence. Like, I'm not saying violence is the answer here, but you need to be okay. You need to be comfortable with meeting this kind of energy with the same kind of energy, where it's just like, okay, lady, like, you want to go there? Let's go there. Sure. So I found that one funny. I was like, wow, just watching people get so upset when they were behaving so fucking badly, like 5 seconds before that, was just wild to me. All right, so we got a YouTube video to get into here. I'm not sure if we're going to watch the whole thing, but we'll definitely watch a piece of it. I think we talked about this briefly on RGX, but hadn't really gotten into it too much. But let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, here we go. All right, so for those of you not in the know, there is a forthcoming Halloween game made by the same folks who made the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game and the Friday the 13th game. For anyone who's been following my channel for a while, you know that I was a big fan of Friday the 13th. I backed the Kickstarter. My name's in the credits. I was planning on launch like the entire weekend, playing it for weeks and months after that. Made a lot of friends doing that. Hey, Shifty, if you're watching, he'd probably be mad that I'm talking about this, though, because he has a personal, like, burning hatred for Gun Media / Ophonic, and I do understand why. They basically fucked him out of $40, so I can totally understand why. But I'm somewhat hopeful for this game. You know, John Carpenter himself is involved in this game, doing the music and helping him out, being a consultant and everything. And I think this one has promise. It looks like they're using basically the same formula that they did in the Friday the 13th game. Not that that's a bad thing, because I thought that game was fun, but they've definitely added things to it. There are NPCs that are in the game. It's not just like asymmetrical multiplayer where it's like 7-on-1, you know, one person's the killer and everyone else is the survivors. There's more to it than that, where you can like activate NPCs to do things and just all kinds of other stuff. But let's go ahead and check it out. Yeah, they definitely borrowed the kill system. Ooh. It's getting juicy.
Multiplayer in Halloween is a 1v4 asymmetrical horror experience that pits the residents of Haddonfield against the shape of pure evil, Michael Myers. In this quintessential slasher simulator, our playable cast of civilian characters desperately attempt to save their neighbors and themselves from the omnipresent boogeyman, while Michael fixates on stalking and slaying his targets. Halloween provides familiar elements fans of the genre know and love, but we're incredibly excited to pull back the curtain and unveil more details that demonstrate our commitment to delivering our most robust, dynamic, and terrifying multiplayer offering yet. Michael Myers is a creeping, methodical killer, and on Halloween night, Haddonfield becomes his hunting ground. The boogeyman's primary desire is to eliminate every living resident in this quiet town, but he also begins each match with a list of special targets that supply greater rewards if killed before time expires. These unfortunate residents are positioned across various sites in the map, and Michael players are empowered to use their nightmare suite of abilities to locate, terrorize, and ultimately execute their victims and anyone bold enough to interfere with their bloodthirsty ambitions. Killer Sense allows players to step behind the mask and stalk the residents of Haddonfield. When using this skill and entering the first-person perspective, Michael becomes aggressively aware of his surroundings and the proximity of potential prey. By focusing on targets with murderous intent, Michael builds varying levels of stalk, which aid him in identifying and tracking targets and open increasingly satisfying options.
That's actually cool.
An effective killer always keeps their victims unaware of their presence until those final fatal moments. While historically Michael Myers isn't known for his speed, fundamental abilities like shape jump amplify the shape's mobility with hauntingly unpredictable results. In shape jump, Michael slips into the shadows to move around environments unseen. Not only does this increase Michael's base movement speed, but it also provides access to other powerful traversal options, including Shape Dash, which sends Michael lunging forward with violent momentum. Shape Jump is confidently one of the most powerful tools at Michael's disposal and supplies unlimited possibilities for iconic jump scare moments.
Whoa.
However, that potency comes with a few major caveats. Our masked antagonist can only enter and exit Shape Jump while in the cover of darkness or outside a resident's line of sight. The light may provide temporary reprieve for the residents of Haddonfield, but Michael can work to remove sources of illumination by shutting off lights, cutting power, and even catalyzing temporary blackouts. Despite the unquestionable malevolence of Michael Myers, his horrifying homecoming to Haddonfield won't be welcomed without resistance. As the body count climbs and evidence of the boogeyman's presence becomes undeniable, local authorities, residents, and distinct playable civilians may decide to gather weapons and face off against evil itself. Thankfully, Michael knows his way around sharp objects and will have multiple options for melee combat encounters. And if especially persistent Haddonfieldites do manage to get the upper hand in an exchange, don't worry.
How the hell did it
It's not possible.
We've said it once, and we'll say it again. You can't kill the boogeyman. While Michael swiftly endeavors to turn Haddonfield into a graveyard, our heroic group of civilian characters desperately attempts to save their neighbors and escape the boogeyman's bloodthirst. As a civilian, it's up to you to find fellow Haddonfield residents, convince them of his malicious intent, and guide them safely to one of several possible randomized escapes located around the map before they meet an untimely end. This distinctive cast of playable civilian characters each comes equipped with unique stats, special traits, and signature personalities. To ensure no two matches of Halloween play out the same, our team has constructed a vast playground of possibilities in Haddonfield, offering civilians a multitude of diverse gameplay systems to aid them in achieving their objectives and surviving the night. As civilians navigate these environments, they'll uncover points of interest, revealing resident NPCs, lootable containers, hiding places, telephones, possible escape routes, and more. Thoroughly and cautiously exploring your surroundings could very well mean the difference between life and death. And when death comes to your little town, it's probably not a bad idea to head to your neighbors and contact the local authorities. Civilians are tasked with tracking down surviving residents and warning them of the looming threat. Successful conversations with residents can permit civilians to request additional calls to police, commands to find secure hiding places, or companionship as they navigate the formerly peaceful streets of Haddonfield.
Should we stick together? Maybe we're better as a team.
Whether it's a local family friend or the authorities, there's safety in numbers. Once the innocent residents of Haddonfield have been located and persuaded, it's time for the civilians to plan their harrowing escape. Lootable containers scattered throughout the map contain weapons, distractions, and key items that can be used to unlock and access a variety of possible escape routes. The location of these items and escapes changes from match to match, so civilians greatly benefit from adjusting their strategies based on the objects uncovered. It's also worth noting that initiating these escape sequences generates a tremendous amount of noise, which will alert Michael to your exact location. So what happens in the likely event that a civilian becomes another display of Michael's wretched, inhumane nature? Well, their Haddonfield story isn't over just yet. Even in death, they can support their friends and even return as a sheriff's deputy or the unrelenting Dr. Loomis. Once they've re-emerged upon the streets of Haddonfield, they can cooperate with the remaining civilians and responding officers to try and put a stop to Michael's murderous rampage.
Freeze where you are, Michael. You're coming with me.
While he can't be killed, with enough community resistance, the proper equipment, and sheer manpower, he can be detained and shipped back to Smith's Grove Sanitarium. Halloween is a legendary film with a genre-defining legacy, and our mission has been to bring the film's unsettling sense of dread to our asymmetrical horror sandbox. By empowering players to control the tension and stage the scares, we're building a multiplayer experience designed with replayability at the forefront. We'll have more details to share regarding character progression, character traits, customization, proximity chat, and more thrilling gameplay features in the coming months. But we can't wait for all of you to join us when Halloween launches on September 8th, 2026.
September 8th. That's cool. Yeah, the rescue and escort mission looks interesting. I'm looking forward to this one personally. We're definitely going to be live streaming it here on the channel. So by all means, stay tuned and we will give that a once over and check that shit out. I think that's just about all that I've got to cover for you guys tonight. I think that's it. So awesome. I'll go ahead and wrap it here, guys. We'll keep it short and sweet, just about 90 minutes. But I wanted to put it on you guys and ask you, is me doing basically like the Jimbo show where it's just me talking, not as a replacement for Regeneration X. I'll still be doing that weekly with Chris, but just kind of like a sideshow where we do different stuff here. It's basically just me watching, clips and, just covering stuff like that. A little bit less in the political sphere than it is on Regeneration X, but a little bit of commingling. Is that something you guys would like to see? If it is, please, guys, help me out here. This isn't for money or anything like that. This is just to help the algorithm and get the word on this stuff. Leave a comment. Like, even if you're watching this live, leave a comment. Just be like, hey, Jimbo, thanks for the show, or, whatever. I don't know. Hey, Jimbo, your head looks like a fucking potato. I don't give a fuck. Just leave the comment. Just please. thumb the video up, share it with your friends, guys, put it out there. Like, I'm not asking you to be my pimp or anything like that, but get the word out there and let's start to build this so we can have more people involved in this and we can turn this into more of a conversation. Rivex, thank you for saying that. Thank you, Mr. Pingan. I hope we can do this again, guys. I would definitely be doing this more during the week. Like maybe on like a Monday or excuse me, a Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that, kind of in the middle of the week. And end of the week is when we'll be doing Regeneration X on a regular basis. But I would really like to do this more. I like interacting with you guys. I like just watching clips, you know, getting some feedback from you guys, giving you guys my take on it, and just, you know, talking about the nerdy shit that we all love. But Mr. Ping and Rivex, Thumping, Frankie, everyone who stopped by, guys, I sincerely appreciate it. I always enjoy hearing from each and every one of you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. It's great. You guys have been hanging out with me for a long time, and it's just like talking to a group of old friends. That will always be entertaining and enjoyable to me. But I'm going to go ahead and hang it up here. Again, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.